Okay, how's everybody doing? Got some Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars here, and I figured we could open them up and show them off a bit here. Cause I got a few cool ones, and then I've got some. I got some of these from Walmart, and I got some of these from thrift stores, and um, I know some people like to watch these unboxing videos. So, and first off, we've got this little Porsche here. 928 S Safari, and so I'm gonna crack this one open. This is one of those cars I really like for gasolines because it's got the let's see here if I got this phone on the device. I'm trying to get the focus right so I can show everybody. It's got the front rally style headlights, and it's got the roof rack, and got the back tire here. The back window's gone. So it's got plenty of room for putting stuff here for gasolines. You can take this, file this area out, and or you use the tire as a base for like a rear turret for a gun. So there's good options for this. I'm gonna take this out. It's just not gonna work. It's hard for me to show you, be able to show you what I'm working on. I need to get like a phone stand or something to. I know I've seen so many other videos, like I said before. I've said this before on the channel. I really got to get something to give me like this kind of view. But for right now, it's just gonna have to be like this. But yeah. I know the current car of the month competition is got to be a German car, so that's a good one. And we got another Porsche here. This is the 935. This is the common version of the Super that's out. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna let you guys get a good look at my ink collection. And we're gonna crack this bad boy open, and you can see the great view of my clock that isn't working. Actually, another clock you can see in my videos, which is the Star Wars one that I've got to work on at some point. I've been meaning to work on that Star Wars clock there for the last like 3-4 years. It's one of those projects that never gets done. But yeah. 935. I'm not sure what year model this Porsche is. Because gasolines is the date of everything is kind of I think it's 2008 is like the cutoff. But I'll have to check it again. But now this one here is one I got from a thrift shop, and you can tell that the package is dirty. But I like the Nestle Butterfinger logo on the side. So on this one, I think it's going to be really good for gasolines because, again, it's still this corporate thing where it's a lot of people go Mad Max, and I've said it before. But it's also a lot more like Running Man, where it's a TV show. It's shiny. Oh wow, it looks really good out of the package now. Out of that sun-baked yellow. But this is more the year kind of cars. 95, was it 96? Yeah, 96. Mustang convertible. This is the kind of car you want to use for gasolines. And so yeah, this is a good one. I think this is one you kind of leave the paint alone, and I'll just scrape off the Hot Wheels and maybe the Nestle logo and leave it the rest of it, and just do more weathering than anything on that one. And then we got this Matchbox here. I found this one at Big Lots. This is a 92 Mazda AutoZone AZ1. And it's a little compact car. I don't think the U.S. ever got the AutoZone. And the first time I ever saw one of these cars was in Gran Turismo 2. It's so hard. You ever try to open one of these things one-handed? Somebody's probably got a better setup than I do for cracking open cars, doing unboxing. But for right now, we're just gonna do this the brute caveman way, and so actually this car is actually smaller in real life in relative size to these cars, but if I'm not mistaken, it's also related to the Ford Festiva from back in the 90s and early late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, it'd been kind of cool if we could have gotten something like that in the US. But, and then we've got a couple of these cars. We got this Dune Crusher. It's a generic, but it's got the kind of the off-road aesthetic you want for Gaslands, and it's a plastic body, so it'll come apart easy. And my Dremel is the electric motor in it is starting to not work as well, but you got the back tires. You know, that's something you can cut out or paint that like it's covered, and a good flat surface for rockets maybe. Roll cage, and got the springs, so that's good. And we got this Volkswagen SP2. It's an interesting looking car. It's got a grill to it. The picture, it looks more like it's a flat, like the Carmagias. And I'm probably mispronouncing that. Someone's probably wanting to bang their heads against the wall while I'm mispronouncing words. But yeah, it's definitely got a maybe not. But anyway, I like the hatchback kind of look to it, so that's cool. And this one kind of made me laugh because this is a Ford panel van. This is Jurassic Park, and it's got the police lights on top of it. But I actually have a Ford Econoline van that is this exact model minus the lights, so it's definitely one of those vehicles. It's like I finally found a vehicle that's like one I actually own, but finally I could find a 92 T-Bird that isn't NASCAR. I found 92 T-Bird NASCAR stuff all the time, but so that's the car I got right now, and so we got that one out. I don't think there's an interior in this one, so definitely wouldn't have too much sticking out. If there's an interior in there, I don't know why they would put these black window cap kind of things. Matchbox tends to do that, and it's a little frustrating. I prefer the cars to have some interior so I can drop some dudes in, but that's okay. And this one here, this is a 64 Chevy Nova wagon, and now this is another one that's this is another car if you're just getting into Gaslands and you see this. This is a fairly new one. This I got from Walmart. So this is the kind of vehicle I think people should look for when you're just starting out for Gaslands, because wagons like this, they have a good flat roof and a lot of like 3D printed stuff from like Etsy or something. It's very easy to just glue it to the roof. A lot of vehicles, they have like a very swept hood, so when you glue just a gun to the hood, it actually looks like the guns are shooting into the dirt. So when you got a flat roof like that, it actually helps kind of make it look a little more realistic, I guess. And of course it's a wagon, and you can imagine that would be a good, there's space to hide all your weapons and your armor plates and your medical kits or whatever else you need in the wasteland. And now I've got a couple of these. This is again a generic ice cream truck. I think this is pretty much the bog standard ice cream truck for Gaslands. But I've got one of these with a flamethrower on it that I use in my warden teams. So, but again, you can't go wrong with this kind of stuff. And one thing about it, like when I talk about like, my ideas of Gaslands, there's no solid rule on building. It's just kind of like guidelines, so like I said, when cars like 2009, 2008, kind of want to stay away from anything newer. If you want to build more futuristic cars or use modern cars, you can. There's nothing against that, but this is what I like to do. But yeah, again, good plastic bodies. These are actually, I kind of like working on plastic bodies than I do metal body cars, because they're easier to drill out, and they're easier to modify and customize. But you do what you work with what you got. And we've got this one. This is a get the glare out so I can see it, 1970 Honda N60 Off-Road. And I think Hot Wheels made a Honda N60, but it wasn't the off-road version. It was the actual like little pitter-putter car. Kind of cool to see one of these in like an off-road package. And again, when it comes to Gaslands, off-road packages are probably what you want to look for. Because again, you got all the extra lights and more lived-in look to them. Because Rally's a little more personal. So you got the top lights there, and you got the front lights there. And beefed up little suspension. So good buggy. That's a good buggy vehicle right there. If you need a buggy, fast little thing, roll cage. Nothing too bad. Really easy to work with. And then of course I saw Slightly Disgruntled Al, he had a green one of these, so I got this orange one. But again, 73 Honda Civic Custom. That's a good Miyazaki buggy. That's pretty much your typical Miyazaki buggy right there. And little racing stripe. I think I would have liked if they had carried the roof black and kept the yellow and orange as a stripe down the back there. But we might paint this black and then put like 2 white stripes and make it like a skunk. Oh, that'd be a good Verney vehicle, because Verney's more for drop weapons and stuff like that. And then we got a car I think is just absolutely gorgeous. And that's this Alfa Romeo GTV6 3-liter. Wouldn't surprise me if the car that Hot Wheels came out with earlier last year, that Machini Veloce, if it won't based off of this, because they look really similar. And so got the real life sponsors and stuff. Again, this is probably a vehicle I would keep the everything but the Hot Wheels logos, because those are real world sponsors and stuff that would have they'd be moved to Mars by now, but they'd still be there selling their wares. And then we got, I just opened it on the side there, was easier to do. We got this 87 Dodge D100 in bright pink. And this one would have been a good one for the Barbie build, because that pink is on point. And just keep the pink on the back, and then like black or gray for the Oppenheimer. That would have been good. But got a lot of space here in between those roll cage bars, so you put something there, cut that out. Or you might even like make this look like some sort of spiked rolly bomb. Like cover this up with 2 little plates and like a remote detonator here. Make it look like, have something back here where it looked like they could just push this out. It'd be like a bouncing bomb. Yeah, that's an option. But old good trucks like that. And we got this one. I think this is a fantasy vehicle, or if it's a custom, it's a good custom. This is called a limited grip, and this is another good Gaslands vehicle, because you got the hood missing, it's been lowered, and you got this kind of like a front ram bar pushed out. You got the spoiler, got the roll cage. You got a good interior for putting guys in, and there's plenty of space to put somebody back here. Might have to rebuild a tailgate or something so they wouldn't realistically fall out. Black Widow exhausts. I think they had a Black Widow Buick not too long ago, and it was gorgeous. But yeah, I might be using that one in my Warden teams, because I like that. I like how it's kind of plates are off of it, and then we'll just have to build like cage around it. And then we got this one here, and this one I know my brother and is going to be like, no, don't open it, no. But this is a Johnny Lightning GMC ambulance, and this thing spoke to me when I saw it. And this was at on clearance at Tractor Supply, of all places. I did not expect to see Tractor Supply carrying little toy cars, except they sometimes have those Ertl ones, but they're overpriced. They're like $10, $7 to $10 for little vehicles that don't even have interiors in them. And that's a shame, because I think they could do better. But it's still weird to see that Tractor Supply, of all places. But yeah, look at that. Those rear rubber tires. And you really can't appreciate a vehicle sometimes until you take it out. And look at that. Hood opens. Engine's in there. Another good thing about a vehicle like this is all you really got to do is weather it. Weaponize it, weather it. Don't need to change anything else. Don't need to change a paint scheme. Paint's fine. Paint's realistic. It's an ambulance. So, yeah, that is definitely a good vehicle. I gotta stand up here, and I gotta reach the other 2 vehicles I got over here. Yeah. Alrighty, and then we got some things I'm not going to open. I don't want to show them just because it's going to be a pain and to open with just holding the camera. And I got this Fast and the Furious Alpha Julia. My dad has a 63 Alfa Romeo Spider, and it needs work, but it's still something really cool. Alphas are really cool vehicles. And they, I saw one that actually had a Hemi engine, and you think that Hemi is Chrysler. But Hemi is not Chrysler. It's, it's not their proprietary. And Alpha had it long before Chrysler did. And I don't know. I don't think this one has the Hemi engine, but the one that I saw at a car show did, and it was something else. It was really cool. It's got the rubber tires. But I've got one of these already. That's why it's I'm opening this one because I've got another one that's not being opened. So premium collectors, it's fine. It's fine. There's other ones that are being preserved. It's fine. And then I got this little Chevette, and been looking for the Chevette, and I've been looking for the 65 Mercury Comet Cyclone. But I guess it's been getting bought up and grabbed up before anybody can get to it. So I wanted to get the Cyclone and the 56 Corvette, the Barbie Corvette, but no dice. But little Chevette, good Warden vehicle, I think. I think Warden, since I'm going to be doing Warden soon-ish, probably sometime in November, but anyway, I like using more jalopy kind of cars for Warden. And a souped up Chevelle, not Chevelle, is different. But the ones I'm not going to open them here, but because they're just, like I said, they're too much of a pain to open. And let's see here. You can tell I am not the most organized person in the world, despite my best attempts. I got this 5-pack, Fast and the Furious. It's got a DB5, which is great because I have a premium DB5 I haven't taken out of the package. You've got the Charger and the Supra. I like that Supra, but I like the... Okay, none of y'all saw that. That did not fall on the floor, and I did not drop it. Yep. We're just doing a little floor stretch. Just a little floor stretch. Nope. There we go. Nope, did not have to pick it up out of the floor and almost into the cat's litter box. That didn't happen. Get the glare off of my fan. But yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say about the Supra. I like that Supra. But I like the 89 version of the Supra better. Yes, that version of the Supra is a much better performance vehicle, but the 89 Supra twin turbo, I fell in love with that car because it was the first car you could get in Gran Turismo 1 and 2, and I think maybe 3. It was always my starter vehicle as long as I could get it in Gran Turismo, and so yeah, that's my thought process on Supras. And then we got this set, some rescue vehicles. Fire truck's a little undersized for Gaslands, but the Wrecker's perfect. Chevy Blazer is perfect highway patrol. The Impala's perfect highway patrol. The little gyrocopter, a little futuristic, but again, you know, you can do that for highway patrol too. Almost all of this is good highway patrol vehicle. Like I said, the fire truck's a little on the short side, but because really and truly a fire truck, an actual fire truck would be like from here to here, you know. But this one, it's got another little helicopter. Got a little snowcat looking thing for that'd be good for parts. Jeep, Interceptor, buggy. These two are probably too modern for Gaslands, but the buggy's always going to be a welcome vehicle for Gaslands. And then we got this set. It's got these. I've made a custom out of one of these little Polaris slingshots. Made two of them actually. They are a pain in the butt to work with because that back wheel is hard to get out and then get something else in if you're changing out the wheels. But it still looks. I like how they turned out. The ones I made, but I don't know if I'll do a third one or not. Then you got a Viper, quintessential 90s Viper, convertible, perfect vehicle for Gaslands. And I've got one of these International Scouts as well, but it's hard to see here and show you, but they molded the steering wheel so low and up against the dash that if you were going to use this in Gaslands, you'd probably have to just like rip out all of that interior and like 3D print a new one. I wouldn't even bother with that. It's hard to tell. You'd have to cut and really customize that, make it work. Unless you're somebody who doesn't put crew in, and that's also perfectly valuable. Perfectly valid. Mazda, little Miata. Can never go wrong with a Miata. And you got a Camaro convertible. But so yeah, that's this unboxing video. I hope y'all enjoy. Next video is going to be some thrift store and flea market and yard sale finds. So we won't have to be opening these up. We'll just be taking them out of a bag, and it'll be a little bit easier on me. But I hope you enjoyed. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And always thank you for your time and listening to me. I always appreciate it. So feel free to comment. Feel free to share these videos that I make. And if you want to support me, again, my Etsy store is King of Cats Crafts. And so yeah, I'll let you go. Thank you for your time. Take care. Be safe. And goodbye.